What is up, YouTube? Don't forget to save, aka Sam, back at you with another Hump Day video. And today we'll be reviewing Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. But before I get into that, if you guys like my reviews and my content, drop me a like, leave me a comment with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't, because only the cool kids subscribe to my Don't Forget to Save channel. So anyway, continuing on, we're just going to jump into it because I got a lot of stuff to cover and I want to get through it as quickly as I possibly can. So, without any further ado, Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. The original working title for it was Hearts of Darkness. It was released August the 13th of 1993 and was directed by one Adam Marcus, and this was his directorial debut, and he was 23 years old at the time. Now, at the time, I think he was the youngest director to ever do, a production of that nature. Um, and so, with that said, I'm going to jump into a little quick side note, and then we're going to get back to the review. So, I'll be right back. So, quick side note, I did get this autograph. Now, quick story about this autograph. I met Adam over on Facebook, and this goes along with my Kane Hodder autograph. Actually, the idea for Kane's autograph actually came from this, and he signed it to me, to Sam. Go to hell, you're from your brother in blood, and so it's on my wall. I definitely value this. And Adam's making a documentary about the making of Jason Goes to Hell, and it's going to be called Hearts of Darkness, the making of the Final Friday. And as soon as I get word that that's out and done, I know they've been working feverishly on it over at Skeleton Crew Productions. So as soon as it gets made, I'll let you guys know. I'll shout Adam out and drop a link for you guys to check it out. I'm going to get my hands on it. If there's a way I can pre-order it, I'm going to do that. Okay, back to the review. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So, with all that said and out of the way, we're going to continue on here. Of course, Jason Goes to Hell was produced by none other than Sean Cunningham, so shout out to Sean Cunningham. Of course, Kane Hodder comes back as Jason again. However, he plays two other roles in this. One is an FBI agent at the beginning, where they're asking the doctors for IDs and whatnot. They're like their guards or whatever. And he also was Freddy at the end when the glove comes up out of the ground and grabs the hockey mask. So, Kane, I'll give you credit. You were both Jason and Freddy, and you're the only one that can do so. You've got me there. You got me there. So, anyway, continuing on. John D. LeMay was Stephen Freeman. Now, he was one of the protagonists in the movie, and he was also part of the character in the Friday the 13th TV series, so that's really cool, too. We had Stephen Williams as Creighton Duke, and we'll be getting back to him in a second. And Adam Marcus has a role as Officer Bish, one of the police or sheriff's deputies or whatever in the police station. So that was kind of cool to see. Carrie Keegan was Jessica Kimball. Now, she was the love interest of Stephen Freeman. They have a child together. Quick aside to that, I can't remember the name of the lady that was the baby in the movie. But if you want to feel old, the baby in Jason Goes to Hell is a full-grown adult now. So now that you guys got your Metamucil taken down, we'll continue on here. Erin Gray played Diana Kimball. Now, Diana Kimball in the movie is Jessica's mother, and she's Jason's sister. Yeah, Michael Myers, you're not the only one that can have a sister. Jason has one too. So anyway, I find these things about the movie very interesting. So, starting off, okay, we're going to talk about some plot here. Jason Takes Manhattan is completely retconned. Now, again, going back to my last video, and if you guys haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description down below. Jason Takes Manhattan gets retconned, and the thing about it is that Paramount, Jason Takes Manhattan was Paramount's last Friday the 13th movie. They sold the rights afterwards. Like I mentioned previously, they were kind of ashamed of Friday the 13th. I don't know why. If it's making you money, whatever, but that's just my take on it. But anyway, so, it's been retconned, and you got to come up with a new movie, and, you got to make it interesting. And so Jason kind of hops bodies in this one. Now, I've heard much ado made about this on the internet, and here's my take on it. We seen Freddy do the body hopping thing in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and you'll say, Sam, the people don't like that movie either. It was kind of controversial, but I'm saying that people act like it's never been done before. Like, oh my God, why do you have Jason hopping bodies? I thought it was and the same people, I guarantee, would also, if he did followed the formula of the previous movies, would say, oh, it's stale and old, and you're just following the same formula. So sometimes when it comes to this kind of thing, you can't win either way you go. And he kind of started off in a no-win situation to begin with, because, like I said, the previous movie got retconned. So, like, you got to come up with something, right? And I thought it was cool. I thought it was new, and I didn't really mind it all that much. Now, at the beginning of the movie, the FBI ambushes Jason. They blow him up, and after that point, the guy doing the autopsy at the beginning of the movie eats his heart and gets possessed by Jason, and that's kind of how that all unfolds. Now, another thing that people always bring up is the sign outside the Voorhees house. Yes, there's a Voorhees house. Apparently, we find this out in Jason Goes to Hell. It's never been mentioned before, but I found that kind of neat. But anyway, the Voorhees sign is misspelled on the front, and you guys would not believe how common a mistake that is. Voorhees has two O's, not one, just for the record, but it's an easy mistake to make, and I think people nitpick that, and that's just my take on it. Now, Creighton Duke actually was originally supposed to have a backstory. He's the bounty hunter, and he's out to basically get revenge on Jason Voorhees. Like I said, there was a backstory. You kind of feel like it was a revenge plot going on there, but you never get that. And maybe when Adam's documentary comes out, we'll find out more about that. As soon as that comes out, guys, I'm going to let you know. I'll get my hands on a copy. I'll review it. It's going to be great. So anyway, now the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, is actually in this movie, which kind of is interesting. The book from Evil Dead is kind of connects Jason and Freddy and all these characters. So it's like its own universe at this point. And they did keep that, in Evil Dead 2, I believe. It's got Freddy's glove in the basement next to the door. That's a little fun fact. So I think that Adam picked up on that, and I thought it was a brilliant addition to the movie. Now I also like the concept of only Voorhees can Jason be quote unquote reborn into his original body or killed by such a bloodline family member. Now I want to talk about the ending because it doesn't get talked about enough. At the end of the movie, Jason's drugged to hell, and you see the mask afterwards, after everything's over and everybody leaves, and Freddy's glove comes up and grabs the mask. You guys do not realize back in '93 when that ending happened, like everybody was just ecstatic. Okay, we're gonna finally get Freddy versus Jason, and that'll be the next movie I review, guys. Is Freddy versus Jason. I waited 10 years plus for that movie to come out. And it was, I think, one of the last horror movies. Because of my physical issues, I'm not always able to sit in a movie theater for an entire movie. So I did go see Freddy vs. Jason in a theater. So with all that said, guys, I hope you guys like my review. I'll be definitely posting this to the Jason Goes to Hell fan page because it's an awesome page. If you guys have Facebook, you should go check that out. And shout out to Adam Marcus. Like I said, he's taught me a lot of things about the business. Like when I first met Adam, I wasn't wise to certain things that were going on. And so, Adam's kind of like an older brother. He kind of showed me the ropes and taught me a lot about like how things work in these kinds of circles. He's a really great guy. Guys, if you go check him out. He's on Facebook, Adam Marcus, Marcus. He's a really, really great guy, guys, and I would recommend doing business with him anytime. He's never done me wrong, and he's a great guy. So with all that said, guys, again, I hope you liked the review. Till my next video tomorrow, which will be Freddy vs. Jason. Love your hobby, and it will love you back. Peace.